Welcome back. So last time, the final days started, and people started turning into monsters that weren't made of ether, and we had to kill some. And we've learned that the first one to transform was Kalzal, the merchant who runs a consortium in Yedlamad that we met early on when we first came to Thavnir. And now we're gonna talk to Miliel here and see what else she has to say about it. Amidst the apocalypse, Kalzal made his home in Kama, a nearby residential area. From what I gather, Kalzal lived there since childhood and was known throughout the neighborhood. Kama. The name is new to me. How do we get there? I'll write down some directions. I cannot promise that you will find what you seek there, but if nothing else, it is a start. Come, let us see where this lead takes us. Graha is now accompanying us. Run with me, Graha. Oh, conversation bubble. Let's see. After leaving the Mehane, we're to retrace our steps and head back towards the Aetheryte Plaza. Okay. Bum, 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 bum. Through the market. Dun, dun, dun. Oh, there's another bubble. From here, we ascend the stairs. Okay. Up the stairs we go. What now, Graha? Ah, this must be huge. In which case, we should take the path leading southeast. Okay. And now? If we keep going this way, we should arrive in Kama before long. Walking these unfamiliar streets is quite the adventure, is it not? I can only hope we can explore Radzatan at our leisure once this crisis is past. We'll see. If we can avert it. And this must be Kama. We've arrived at last. Let us begin questioning the residents without delay. No doubt someone here can tell us more about Kalzal. Given recent events, I imagine many are taking shelter indoors. Most likely. Let's see, let's just barge into people's houses. Kalzal, you say? Yes, I've known him since he was a boy. If there was ever a man who was born to be a merchant, it was him. Always early to depart and late to return. He'd spent his days procuring the finest wares and seeking out willing customers. We could say it came to him as easily as breathing. Sadly, business was flagging of late. No surprise, really, with how dangerous travel has become. He was cooped up in his house from dawn till dusk the other day, no doubt racking his brain for a way to turn his fortunes around. Then, at night, I heard the door open. I looked out to see Kalzal sitting on a bench, his head hung low, a man with the weight of the world on his shoulders. I see. The situation must have been quite dire indeed. Did you notice anything else out of the ordinary? Nothing to speak of, other than the troubles with his consortium. He was the same old Kalzal, cordial and honest like always. These questions you're asking, has something happened to him? He wasn't caught up in that terrible incident at the bazaar, was he? I don't travel much these days, but my daughters told me not to venture outside. stuck in here as I am, I've heard little about these bizarre goings-on. Rest assured the city is safe for now, but the situation may change without warning. I urge you, stay close to your daughter, and be prepared to take refuge should the satrap order it. We're just not gonna tell her. Barge into this person's house. Hello, Pariga. Could you come back another time? I just woke up and I'm not exactly in the mood for idle chit-chat. Well, that's one way to avoid the panic, I suppose. Pardon our intrusion. You may not have noticed, but a great danger has come to Thavner. I encourage you to stay alert and prepare to flee the city should the situation turn dire. But before we leave you in peace, pray allow us to ask a question or two. Did you know the local merchant named Kalzal? If so, did you notice anything unusual about him recently? Kalzal? I know him. In fact, we spoke just the other day. Like many others, his business was doing poorly. Still, it seemed as though he'd managed to turn things around, thanks to a generous order from Ruveda Fibers. Why, he was practically dancing in the streets. I haven't spoken with him since, but I assume it all went well. Jinabaha might be able to tell you more, though. As I recall, he was the one who brokered the arrangement. Jinabaha at Ruveda Fibers. Sounds promising. Alright. Let's go there. I think that if I used the Ethernet, he would follow me, but not sure. This one's a square. If I'm not mistaken, these stairs lead to Dharma. It is quite the sight, the red sky above. During the final days of yore, the heavens burned and the stars fell. Creation magics run amok. That was my assumption when I saw Amarant. Perhaps the ancients believed the same, that the terror of a single powerful individual was the cause of their calamity. And yet, those selfsame horrors now manifest themselves before our eyes. What could it be that sets the heavens aflame and turns ordinary men into beasts? They're farming silkworms. This must be Ruveda Fibers, where we should find Jinabaha. I suppose so. I guess those are silkworms. And hurry, I say. There's no time to waste. Pardon me, but you're in charge of buying and selling here, yes? We have a few questions we'd like to... I'm sorry, but I simply don't have time to chat. If you haven't noticed, we have our hands full at the moment. We must carry all our wares and equipment to safety before those accursed beasts return. In that case, might we be of assistance? Perhaps we could speak when the job is done. Very well. You can start by helping us move our equipment. Ask the others what to put where. And you can carry our fabrics. Go through that door and speak to Kamala. She'll tell you the rest. Remember, these textiles are our livelihood. Handle them with care. The world is ending and we're doing chores. Hello, Kamala. This area is for employees only. Out, out. What's that? You've come to help. Oh, praise be to Mindorova. Kind stranger, I welcome your assistance. On your way here, you pass 3 storehouses, yes? I'd like you to carry that small crate to Nabrafal by the storehouse near the hatchery. The crate of clothing is for Manuha, and that massive crate there goes to Zemera by the middle storehouse. Watch your back with that one. Those are all the crates we have ready. Once they've been delivered, consider your work here complete. Okay. Where's the light crate? Oh, they're behind me. Okay. The light crate goes by the hatchery? Hold on. I believe I've gone too far. Ah, there he is. Nabrafal. Fred, is it? Then you've come to the right place. We thank you for your aid. The ordinary crate. That goes to Manuha. If you have any crates of finished products, such as carpets, clothing, and the like, please bring them here to our primary storehouse. A crate full of clothing, is it? I can take that off your hands. Many thanks for the delivery. Thou art welcome. And this big-ass crate. Yes. I also pantomime before picking things up. Oh, it slowed me down, too. Here you go. I say, you're quite the brawny one, aren't you? A good thing, that. Never know when you'll need to defend yourself in these unpredictable times. A crate full of fabrics, is it? Exactly what I was hoping to receive. Here, let me put that away for you. Okay. And now, before we go back to Kamala, we're gonna get that. This. Well, we're gonna try. Let's see. Can we just drop onto it? Yes. There we go. Got another sightseeing spot. Alright, Kamala. You've carried all the crates to the storehouses, you say? And so quickly, too. Why, I've never seen anyone so strong. I and my associates will see to the rest, so please return to Jinabaha and assure him our work is proceeding apace. To tell the truth, we're grateful for this distraction. Too many terrible happenings of late. Generous souls like yourself give me hope that we may emerge from this trial even stronger. I pray we meet again in more peaceful times. Hello, Jinabaha. Done as I asked, have you? Yes. If Kamala is satisfied with your work, then so am I. You have done us a great favor, traveler. I too have delivered the instruments and apparatus entrusted to me. You both have my thanks. With our wares safely stored away, we'll not lose any more to those fiends. I take it that your establishment did not escape the attack unscathed. We did not. Thankfully, most of our workers had already left for the day, but those of us still here saw it all. We looked to the burning skies in confusion, and then, before we could even begin to make sense of it, A hideous creature burst through the doors, shrieking. We ran for our lives, but one of my colleagues was not so fortunate. He cried out, a scream of such agony, such terror, that in the next instant he too sprouted fearsome claws. Thus, the sight of it caused another fellow to panic, and then he too transformed. I'm sorry, there was something you wanted to ask. Indeed, you knew the merchant Kalzal, did you not? I believe he had some dealings with your establishment. Kalzal, I know him well. We'd arranged for his consortium to deliver a large shipment of fabrics, but in the end we received a better offer and had to turn him down. I understand his business is struggling, but so is ours. Another of our most reliable trading partners agreed to transport the goods for a much smaller commission, and we'd have been fools to refuse. I felt terrible for withdrawing the offer, but you must understand we simply had no choice. He tried to put on a brave face when I delivered the news, but his dejection and despair were plain as day. He said he'd discuss it with his associates, but I could tell he'd all but given up hope. Dejection and despair? You remember what we saw in Vanaspati, yes? Soldiers and jungle dwellers pushed to the very brink, turning into beasts one after the next. It would seem the same phenomenon occurred here, the poor craftsmen attacked by the fiends as well as those that witnessed it, all undergoing a change. I suspect that everything began with Kalzal. By all accounts, it was he who suffered from the most profound and piercing despair. Wait, could that be it? That such intense emotions were what triggered his transformation? Much remains unclear, but I believe we are drawing closer to an answer. At any rate, we must discuss our findings with the others. Bum, bum, bum. What have you to say, Graha, beyond the depths of despair? We were to reconvene with the others in front of the Megaduta, were we not? That should be just outside. With any luck, they will have already returned from their own investigations. My friend, we must take our leave. I pray that your establishment is spared further tragedy, but remember, your lives are far more precious than any wares. If you are ordered to flee, do so without hesitation. Indeed, I thank you for your concern, and pray you too take care as well. Take care? Since when has Asuka ever taken care? Or Graha, for that matter. Hi, Ishtola.
There you are. You've spoken with the survivors.
Indeed. We thought to share what we have gleaned, that we might together gain a greater understanding of present circumstances.
Fortuitous timing. Alize and I completed our own investigations not long ago.
Then we should take a moment to compare notes. Shall we begin with the two of you?
Okay.
So the merchant Kalzal was gravely concerned about his business in the days preceding his untimely end.
Yes.
The tales we heard were much the same. The first victims to be changed into blasphemies were all overcome with anguish of one manner or another. Then those who saw their loved ones stolen before their eyes succumbed to a similar panic, setting in motion a chain of transformations.
Fear, unease, despair. These negative feelings serve as a catalyst.
If so, then it is not unlike the calamity that befell the ancients. With their creation magics, they unwittingly gave form to untold horrors. Had they simply lost control, surely it would have manifested in many forms, not all of them monstrous. Yet somehow, this phenomenon is triggered solely by the darkness in their hearts, a common thread with what we now witness.
Common, but not identical. While the beasts the ancients faced were forged with magic alone, those of today are born of sentient beings. Why remains to be seen. But there is one fundamental difference between us and our predecessors. Our souls are sundered, whereas theirs were not. Perhaps that single variable makes all the difference.
Perhaps.
If I may, there was another detail that troubled me. We have it on good authority that Karl Zahl's transformation took place before the skies began to burn.
What? If that's true, then the situation's more dire than we realized. It means even if there's no ominous sign presaging the final days, anyone, anywhere, has the potential to become a beast.
Yep.
Even in lands we thought safe, even as we speak.
That's true.
Look! It's the Satrap! The Satrap!
Thank the heavens.
My countrymen, I am relieved and heartened to see you strong and safe. While the danger has not yet passed, far from it, allow me to assure you that the beasts that raged within the city walls have been exterminated to the last. Outside this sanctuary, the brave men and women of the Radiant Host and our dragon ally continue to battle our unholy foes. I pray these tidings put your minds at ease and help you calm your hearts. Have faith that we shall soon conquer this terrible trial.
Your Excellency, is there any word from Palaka's stand? My grandson was bound for there yesterday and I worry for his life.
We are still awaiting a report, but I promise you, as soon as I have aught to share...
Your Excellency, I bring grave news.
You are?
I'm Matya of Akyali, a humble fisherman.
Ah, I remember you from our first visit.
Yep.
Wait, you're... But no, that can wait. When the skies turned red, I set off for Palaka's stand, fearing for the safety of a friend. But as I drew near the village, I saw dreadful beasts all about.
No! Gods have
Oh,
mercy!
Matsya. You can't
Your
just say that in public.
Excellency! Save my grandson, I beg of you!
We will spare no effort to save all we can, but you must remain calm.
Calm? You tell me to be calm? You saw those beasts? They tore our bravest warriors limb from limb! What if we are too late, huh? They catch him, sink their fangs into him? The fangs! The screams!
Get away from her, now!
Ah, dang it. inevitable flood of apocalyptic nonsense.
Damn it! We've got to kill them before it spreads.
We'll handle this. See the townspeople to safety.
Run! As fast as you can!
Good.
Vitra, our people, you must save them.
Ooh.
My son.
Enough! You must run. For their sake and your own. Yes. We'll survive. You must.
So, it's not irreversible if you can get them to calm down before they turn.
Be strong, my friends! Fear not, for we will defeat these abominations! Brave men and women of the Radiant Host, lend your Stola and Thancred your aid. Let not a single beast escape. The rest of you, flee this place. Carry the wounded if you must. Head indoors or underground. Above all, stay calm. No beast will follow you. We will see to that.
Alphino! Alize! Leave the city to us, and make for Palaka's stand at once! Matsya, show my friends to the village. I promise you, they're more capable than the host's finest.
Right. Go with them, will you? We will save these people. As many as we can.
Kind of felt like Graha didn't want to be the Exarch again in that moment, but he kind of had to. We must save Palaka's stand, whatever it takes. Matsya, it pains me to put you in harm's way, but I would ask for your aid as well. Of course, Palakistan is not far, just down that hill. But as I told His Excellency before, the path was blocked by terrible creatures. I had no choice but to turn back. In that case, this is what we shall do. Oscar, I ask that you take the lead and dispatch any beasts you encounter. Alize and I will keep Marzia hidden amidst the trees and follow when the path is clear. Alright. There's no telling what dangers await us. Keep your eyes peeled. So just for the sake of geography, we're in this part of Thavnair now, which wasn't accessible our first time. Everywhere else we've been is on this side of the island. Here's our first destination. Oh, there's a beast. Shall not pass. Next destination. Two of them this time. Get away from me, evil monkey. There's Alize. It cannot be. We must heal those we can, and quickly. I see no beast. Stay on your guard. Alright. Motionless villager and collapsed here. I bet they're dead. Yep. Yep, those two are dead. They gave pretty, They described how we learned they're dead. Even if I wake, the nightmare goes on. No, leave me to sleep. That one just decided to die. Yeah, one of the first ones had no pulse, and the other one, it said they'd already begun to stiffen, which, you know, that's fun to read. In the circle, where is the person? Here you are. Have you come to help us? Too late, too late. My family, my friends. It's not too late. I clearly fit under here. Let me run under. Are these the only villagers who survived? I can only hope others managed to flee, but if the rest have been turned to the beasts, 5 and 12, let us do what we can to see that the damage spreads no further. and no matter what comes, we must keep our spirits high, lest we ourselves suffer a similar fate. That we might live. I can tend to the rest. Pray look after Matsya. No doubt what we have seen here weighs even heavier on his heart than ours. Okay. Hello, Matsya. Oh, Asuka! Asuka! This is Yerovet, and the elder here. He is hurt, but praise be to the sisters, he still lives. Young Matsya here has told me everything. I have not the words to express my gratitude for your aid. When the heavens began to burn, we were afraid, but did our best to carry on as we always have done. Until today, when those unholy beasts came pouring into our village, a flood of midnight and death. There are no words to describe what followed. Men and women I have known since they were babes, struck down by the creatures, only to rise again to join that murderous horde, in the guise of those same hideous fiends. In the chaos, a handful of our villagers fled for their lives. I can only hope they have found their way to safety. Matsya, do you perchance remember Kerasaf and Mevan, the young couple who always bought your freshest catches? How could I forget, Elder? When I first came to peddle my wares, desperate to eke out a living, they showed me such kindness. Others shunned me as an outsider, as is their way. But Kerasaf and Mevan bought my fish and sung its praises. They turned my fortunes around. Alas, I fear they are in terrible danger. I saw them running towards Agama Temple, one of those beasts in close pursuit. They had their child, still but a tiny babe. To elude these fiends while caring for one so young is an impossible task, surely. I beg you, go to their aid. I want to help them, yet I am but a fisherman. I cannot face beasts on my own. Will you come with me? Of course. Oh, thank you. Agama Temple lies to the west of here. We must hurry. We can fly, though. Since there's no quest objective keeping us on the ground. The temple is just ahead. It was built by those who worship Saint Agama, but has sadly fallen into disrepair in recent years. If my friends made it this far, no doubt they are hiding somewhere amidst the ruins. No, please, stay back! That was Kerasaf. No, oh no, this is not good. I'll take a look. Please do. The cry came from the ruins. You must hurry. Why am I being attacked by a monkey? It's not even an evil monkey. It's just a normal monkey. Uh-oh. Try and drag the monkey into this fight. Stuff. The man lies motionless on the ground, bearing a grievous wound. I'm sorry, Asuka. I tried to stay behind, but I couldn't. No. It cannot be. Is someone... anyone... My arms so heavy. And my legs... I cannot feel my legs. My wife fled with our daughter. I need to find them. Need to be with them. I need... Karasov, no, Karasov. You must stay strong. More time. I thought I had... I don't want to die. We'll speak to him. We stopped his transformation. Thank you. Please, find them. Mivan still lives, and she has their child. We must search the jungle between here and Palakistan. There is nowhere else she could have gone, I think. Forgive me, Karasov. Once we've saved your wife and child, we will return and lay you to rest. An area to go survey. Here it is. No tracks or other signs of recent travel. Mivan and the child must be elsewhere. Ah, a beast. Be gone, vile beastie. Another area to go survey. If Mivan and her daughter came through this area recently, you see no evidence of their passage. Tomatia. Did you see any sign of them? I found nothing. Perhaps the beasts have chased them farther from the village. Oh gods above, I beseech you, pray to deliver Mivan and her little one to safety. A cutscene? Meanwhile, in the skies above Thavner.
No more enemies to trouble us here. It's me. How fare you below? Understood. I will inform Vritra. Chaos and panic sweep Razad Han, and many more have succumbed to the transformations. Amidst the fray, Ahoan fell, protecting a grief-stricken father. My friends fight alongside your Radiant host to secure the capital. Beasts have been sighted in Palakistan as well. We have divided our forces in hopes of quelling the threat there. Of small solace is that we now know what triggers the transformation. As my companions tell it,
so it is the very fear and despair in their hearts which inflicts this abhorrent punishment upon them. A nightmare from which my children will never awake. O capricious and cruel fate, they are undeserving of such condemnation.
will you wallow in sorrow or rise to the occasion? Razat Khan is leaderless. Before he passed, Ahawan sought to reveal the truth to his people. Honor his wishes.
To what end? To breed a new conflict between dragon and man. These claws could reduce thee to shreds with a touch. These jaws crush thy bones to dust. Only through my proxy could I walk with my children. Without him, I am a bringer of fear, no different from the beasts which beleaguer them.
Perhaps so. Only in death were Hraesvelgr and Shiva united. Indeed, whenever man and dragon have come together, death has ever been the inevitable result. It was our fear of your kind that sparked a nigh-endless war. Fear and hate of which Nidhogg drank deep as he laid waste to my homeland. And in turn, I took my revenge on his brood. Blood for blood, pain for pain. I thought nothing of theirs, only of mine. And yet, were the chasm between us too vast and too deep, Hraesvelgr would not have borne Isael to battle and our rescue. He would never have entrusted a mortal champion with one of his eyes. And the Dragonsong War would still rage on. And I would still wage a never-ending war of violence and vengeance. The future of our star be damned. I cannot speak for Ahawan's greater goals. Yet I know that he served you, served your people, long and true. In this time of unprecedented crisis, he turned to you. You could do worse than to place your trust in him. It will not be easy, but the future of Razat Khan hangs in the balance. We have company. The hour has come, Vritra! It's all or nothing!
So, wondering if he was, speaking as a Stinian or as Nidhogg, in that moment. I should not have had a milkshake today. I don't feel great. When all hope seems lost. If Mivon fled deeper into the jungle, she and her child are in grave danger. Whatever are we to do? Gods have mercy. You must try to stay calm, Matsya. But how can I at a time like this? They could be dead. Well, there's only one way to find out, and if they're not dead, we have to go help them. So, if I allow myself to be overcome by this fear, I too might become a beast. I am not sure I understand, but I will do my best. I've seen to the wounded. How did the two of you fare? Did you find your friends? I see. In that case, let us help you find the mother and child. Before we leave, we must ensure the village will be safe in our absence. Alice and I will patrol the area and search for more beasts. Would you join Martia and speak to Elder Yerevet? Pray explain to him the situation and join us as soon as you're able. Okay. We will save Mivan and her child. We can do that much for Karasov. I am heartened to see you both safe, but what of the family? We found Karasov, but he... Say no more. I understand. We have lost another of our dear friends. Karasov may be gone, but there is still hope for Mevan and her child. Please find them, I beg you. And if, in your search, you come across anyone else who escaped the slaughter, pray tell them what has happened. I will do my best to keep the villagers safe and their spirits high. Come, let us rejoin our friends at once. I am pleased to report that the vicinity appears to be beast-free, no doubt thanks to your earlier efforts. And with that, let us resume our search for your friend and your child. Where should we begin, Marty? If we follow Kisaroda south, we will arrive at Perusa, a temple. It is a sacred place where people go to commune with their divinities. It is possible that Mevan sought shelter there, perhaps other villages as well. Then it's settled, Martia, stay close to me, alright? You two take the lead, keep an eye out for beasts and anyone in need of help. Very well. We make for Perusa as quickly as we are able, with me. Oh yeah, I have a Pegasus now. No, get away from her. This thing is bigger than the last one. Villager woman. Thank you. I thought I was done for. Mevan? She's a friend of mine too, but I have not seen her. She must still be out there somewhere trying to avoid beasts. With her child. Gods, worry not for me. I can make my way back to the village on my own. Okay. This dragon was from a crossover with the Monster Hunter. Oscar, wait. Perusa lies just up ahead, but something terrible has happened. Beasts have come, and many have already been killed. Alfino and Alice have gone to do what they can. There are so many. More than I could count. You must be ready. Okay, we'll go to each of these circles to fight the beasts. You there. Be gone. Next. Away with you. my two-seater chocobo. Well, that's big. Go. Speak to Elfino. There you are. How fare the others? I see. You've seen to all the beasts in sight. In that case, let's have everyone gather in front of the temple.
Courage, friend. The pain will pass.
Has anyone seen Mevan? Where could she be?
We've dealt with all the blasphemies, and made certain no villagers are still in hiding.
Good work. We've otherwise tended to the wounded as best we can.
What will become of us?
Help is on the way, surely. We may have to abandon our homes now, but we will return, someday.
But where can we go? Is anywhere even safe?
That I cannot say.
Well, I can. Nowhere's safe. Run all you like, but there's no escaping these things. And even if I could, it's too late for my family.
This isn't good. The more they dwell on the tragedy, the more likely we are to lose them too.
My friends, this is a place of worship. Should your heart quake with sadness, cast your mind to the heavens and remember. Remember the teachings of the old gods. Did they not implore us to stand fast when waves of sorrow break against our shores?
Know this, my children. There is more ugliness than beauty in this world. To live is to suffer. To drink of calamity and drown in anguish. To toil and be tested, always and ever.
'Tis a perilous path you walk. Death lurks in the dark, and is the sole promise that awaits at journey's end. You will tremble with terror. You will weep tears of anger and despair.
But do not avert your eyes. See your life for what it is. Then will you see how the hardships make you strong.
Every doubt reforged as scales for your armor. Every agony to temper your blade.
Thank you, lad. We'd almost forgotten who we are. My undying gratitude to you as well, my friends. You were searching for Mevin, no? We must return home. I pray you help the boy find his friend.
Gladly. We dispatched what beasts we could, but the roads are still dangerous. Stay together and go in safety.
That was very impressive, what you did back there. Those words seem to resonate with your people.
They should. They were the first spoken unto our ancestors by the divinity of legend. I'm easily upset, and fish are wont to flee a temperamental hand, so I recite the teachings over and over to calm myself.
They're lovely and inspiring to hear, though I imagine they were born of great misfortune.
That was, by the way, singular, the divinity of legend. If you have any guesses as to who that might be.
They are born of life. There's as much bad as good in it. More, many would attest. All the more reason to appreciate the good when you can.
I won't argue with that.
In darkness, seek joy. Surrender not to sadness, and see beyond despair. Walk free, and bear the light for others to follow.
And with that, let us see if we can't find Mervyn. Did you see? That beast was chasing someone.
Right. So that's where we're going to call this one now, and next time we'll pick back up the search for Mevin.